In a city forged by steel and struggle, a boy was born into uncertainty. December 30th, 1984, LeBron James entered the world with no roadmap, no safety net. Just a 16-year-old mother and a future unknown. Gloria James was a fighter, a teenager herself, raising a child alone in the shadows of hardship. She moved her son from couch to floor, apartment to apartment, chasing a stability that never seemed to stay. But amid the chaos, he found rhythm, a hoop, a ball, a purpose. LeBron's childhood was far from ordinary. There were nights when dinner wasn't promised, days when school felt like a luxury, but he had something the world couldn't measure: relentless hope. In a worn-out gym under flickering lights, a transformation began.
And obviously, first, second, and fourth, we didn't do that. We did a good job in the third quarter, but the first and the second quarter and the fourth quarter, obviously, we weren't able to close quarters.
Gloria kept him grounded. Coaches saw flashes of brilliance. And slowly, Akron watched the rise of a phenomenon. At St. Vincent Street Mary High School, something electric happened. LeBron wasn't just good, he was generational. A prodigy in green and gold, 3 state titles, highlight reel plays, crowds that packed gyms to the rafters. By 17, Sports Illustrated declared him the chosen one. But this wasn't just hype, it was history. He bypassed college, not out of arrogance, but necessity. His classroom was the hardwood, his test, the NBA 2003. The Cleveland Cavaliers held the #1 pick, and with it, the hopes of a city that had known heartbreak far too long. They chose LeBron, and in that moment, a hometown hero came home. He was 18, barely a man, but carried the weight of a franchise, a fan base, and a future. Rookie of the Year, an instant all-star. He didn't just play, he revived a city. But greatness is never easy. Year after year, he lifted Cleveland on his shoulders. But even a king needs a kingdom, and for all his brilliance, the support was never enough. In 2007, he did the unthinkable, leading a flawed Cavs roster to the NBA Finals. A 22-year-old against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs dynasty. He fell, but not in vain. That loss wasn't failure, it was fuel. Still, the road ahead twisted. Critics questioned, fans waited, and in 2010 he made the decision that broke hearts and shook the league. On national television, he uttered the words, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach." And just like that, loyalty was questioned. Jersey burnings lit the night. Cleveland mourned. But in Miami, he grew. Under Pat Riley's discipline and Dwyane Wade's brotherhood, LeBron became more than a talent. He became a titan. He refined his defense, sharpened his leadership. 4 years, 4 finals, 2 championships. He didn't just dominate, he transcended. And then he came back. 2014, a letter published to the world, not with promises, but with purpose. He returned to Cleveland not as a boy chasing a dream, but as a man ready to finish what he started.
Say what we had, or if we don't take care of business, it's gonna go down. It's bunched up like you just said. So, every game matters. And it should be that way. Listen, it's 6 games left, 7 games left, or whatever it is.
Teamed up with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Together they battled, and in 2016, down 3-1 to a 73-9 Golden State team, they made history. Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, LeBron's block, Kyrie's shot, Cleveland's miracle. After 52 years, a championship banner finally rose. And if that comeback made your heart race, if it made you believe in impossible things, then you already understand what this journey is about. Then came Los Angeles. Critics called it a Hollywood move. But LeBron came not for the spotlight, but for legacy. In 2020, inside the NBA bubble, amid a global pandemic, he led the Lakers to their 17th championship, a 4th title, a 4th Finals MVP. Still elite, still evolving. He played with purpose, for Kobe, for his family, for the game. And in 2023, he did the unimaginable again. surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Not a scorer by nature, but the most consistent force the game has ever seen. But LeBron James is more than a basketball player. He is a father, a philanthropist, a force for change. In Akron, he opened the I Promise School, an institution that offers more than education. It offers hope, opportunity, stability he never had.
I gave everything that I had. I poured my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and against all odds, I don't know why we want to take the hardest road.
Spoken out on injustice, on inequality. He's used his platform to amplify voices, to champion causes, to inspire action. Through Spring Hill Entertainment and Uninterrupted, he's told stories that others wouldn't. He's built an empire, not for self, but for others. From a boy in borrowed sneakers to a global icon, his story is not just about talent. It's about tenacity, not just about stats, but about spirit. Because greatness isn't born, it's built. In sweat, in setbacks, in silence. LeBron James didn't just chase greatness. He defined it. He lived it. He lifted everyone around him with it. But this story, it isn't just his. It's a mirror for anyone who's ever felt overlooked. It's a message to the dreamers, doubted, the driven. Greatness doesn't start with fame or fortune. It starts in the quiet, in the struggle, in believing when no one else does. That power, it's in you too. Whatever your court looks like, whatever game you're playing, know this: you don't need permission to rise. You just need purpose. Now it's your turn.